Jacksonville, Florida. Supposed neutral ground for these two old rivals. Not a lot of distance separates the two, and when they come here for this clash, it can define a season, no matter what's happened before or what might happen after. Glad to have you with us from TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jaguars in the heart of Duval and Jacksonville, Florida. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The give to the single back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll run it to the right side. Crosses the 45. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1, was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow, he is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
The give to the tailback. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
The Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Finds space on the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Gator! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Both of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line, and the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle. Coach Spurrier called Red Snoopy, which was a quarterback snake. I didn't get it. He called it again on...
There he goes! Made a defender miss. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Well, that that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Looking to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Fires left. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots, you soften up the coverage, you get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
He might want another play. Wide receiver going in motion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Throws for the tight end. It's picked off, and that's number 10. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. He stopped at the 32. Picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. The Gators want to pick up the tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Gators come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Going to take a shot on second and short. Swings it out to his running back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This is a designed run. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system. All across college football, all quarterbacks nowadays, they get so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine, but then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Took a shot as he threw. Guys, let's chat about Florida. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
The Gators looking to convert on fourth down. Pulls and fires complete. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all. But no surprise, when you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
All out of space. He's at the 40. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Georgia hunkers down in the red zone.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Floating away. He wants it all. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Bringing it out. Ball back, and here comes the offense. Tight end now in motion. Motion from the wideout. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if we can just get him out of a spot.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Gators want to move quickly. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Working that left side now. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Quick release by the QB. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. He's got it. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Touchdown, Florida! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. After the incompletion, they go back up top. On the run, still looking. Throwing on the run. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines.
Florida 14, Georgia 7.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. Power football with the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did tack on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Phyllis, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Northern Illinois has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside Husky Stadium. They're up by 7 over Michigan State. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. The offense back on top of it. That's going to be a safety, but trust me, that could have been much, much worse. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Oh, he's got a chance. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. As productive as these two offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here.
Timeout, Georgia.
On the option. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, it's two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent...
Brings into the open. He now has 53 yards on the ground so far in this one, and he is closing in on that 1,000-yard mark. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Humphries. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
it on the option.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get to one of them...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
Not going to get there, not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Finds the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the ground with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Gators line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first. They snapped it to the up man. He's on the run. And the roll of the dice turns up in their favor as they pick up the first down.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the first down. Nice execution on the fake punt.
Going to take a shot at this DB. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Gator. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover it. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's a heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock it down back at the 16.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge, the freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. To the air on 1st down. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Georgia. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And that defensive touchdown all started with getting pressure on the quarterback. It was the hit on the QB that forced the errant throw. That was an easy interception and an easy pick 6.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. West Virginia is running away with this one. Give that O an A+, and belt out another verse of Country Roads. They're up by 21 over Pittsburgh. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Looking to throw on first down. He lets one fly deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Taking it the other way.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Going right to work up top. Got a man. It's Keene. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. He wants to change this route. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He makes a grab. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Keene. He gets a block. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
We just went to half and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the big dog got him again, and Georgia can be judicious when they blitz because they get pressure from the guys up front.
So nice having a defensive line that hunts. And year after year, Georgia finds these guys, but the double guys, the guys that can double sacks in a game, double-digit sacks in a season, these guys make your defense really special.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Now on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it's picked off for the third time today.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go into half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw an interception, you turn the field position to the other side, create momentum immediately. This is an absolute disaster to start the second half.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Hard running there. He's now up to 75 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the option. Touchdown Bulldogs! Excellent pass by the back on the option. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Back, and here comes the offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity giving the football away too much. You got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Under fire. He's got it. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down. And what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to fire on second down. Rushes on him. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All-time.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Rolling right and going deep. A strike downfield. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here. Taking a shot.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
The defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him. The defense finally came up with a play.
Quick release on the RPO. Turning it on. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw it from the red zone. Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Extending the play. Fires on the move. And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. He's looking downfield to throw. Plucks it out of the air. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
Brings up 4th down.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Pulls it and fires to the left. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire.
Looking to the end zone, but the pressure gets there first, and the quarterback is sacked, and the 2-point conversion attempt is stopped. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Keene. Not nearly as much running room as he'd hoped. He's out of bounds at the 13. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. The Dogs are at the line looking to to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Smashes through the tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% of the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback running game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. Great place to start for this offense. Reads it, fires complete. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Keene. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. This should be the last play of the quarter. He breaks a tackle, and he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Makes a stop in the backfield, he'll lose 4.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
It'll be 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Flips it out in the flat. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, a 4th down stop, and the turnover on downs.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They go to the ground. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
And the Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll throw on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it up the 16-yard line. Boy, I really wasn't expecting a run there. Most teams in that situation look for the quick pass to pick up the 1st down.
No doubt, because you drop your quarterback and you throw the ball really quickly, or you can take off and run the football. So a little bit more one-dimensional when you run the football, but if you do it successfully, it works. If nobody says anything, it goes on.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They'll run the screen. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Gators moving quickly to the line. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. On the move. Touchdown, Florida! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in Conference USA, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to hear about. New Mexico State was anything but dominant today, but the Aggies are going to leave Memorial Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column. One game, I know, fellas, but it could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in CUSA.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Might be changing the route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Lots of running room. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Still looking, on the move. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
And I think I like the call, man. You got an opportunity to take the lead in the 4th quarter, go for the kick. He executes it perfectly. Defense, now it's your turn. We got the lead. We got to get a stop.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The ball back, and here comes the offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Runs for the tackle. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
That would be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Now on 1st down from the 30. Right back to the well. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter, because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on 1st down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big time mistake. This one might cost them.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Now on the move. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. The toss to the right. There he goes. Running inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Dogs! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
And he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And he's going to bring this one out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete to the left. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books, and this one goes to the Dogs, who hunkered down and took out the Gators. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.